Hello there, everybody, and today I'm here to review Andor Season 2, Episodes 1 through 3. So, Andor has been very rocky for me. I did do a re-review a while back, and a lot of people really do like Andor, and I respect that you do like Andor. But for me, I don't think it's my top favorite Star Wars show. It's just like, I don't know if I'm really into that kind of like storytelling for Star Wars. It is a political thriller overall, but it's like well written show, but it's just really hard to pick up on a show that's more like dialogue heavy. But they announced the season 2, and this is gonna be the last season, and this is basically gonna be a prequel to the story of Rogue One. We're basically gonna get where Cassian started off in Rogue One. They're probably gonna explain it in the last episode of this show. But right now we're getting 3 episodes once a week for about 4 weeks. And a lot of people are a little bit troubled by that because they feel they can't keep up with 3 episodes. But I did my best to watch this show. And so far, this show is pretty solid. There were some aspects of it that it was just hard for me to watch since I have a very slow attention span when it comes to these kind of shows. But overall, it's a story about Cassian trying to defend himself as he has smuggled a TIE advanced fighter from a facility on a planet, and he's gonna use it, but what he's using it for is to use it to try to find his friend, but instead he meets like a group of rebels, and it causes them to fight over their conflicting views over the fighter, and Cassian's doing whatever it takes to survive throughout these 2 episodes. It takes till like episode 2 for him to escape the people when they do attack. But the scene where Cassian's in the Imperial facility, that was probably the most entertaining scene, where he pulls up that TIE fighter, takes out the stormtroopers. He even meets up with a girl, I think her name is Nia, and he ends up talking to her how the Empire is evil and stuff. So it's like showing how strong he's gone from season 1. But the big thing about these 3 episodes is that it's going to be doing a lot of time jumping. Basically, the last season took place during Rebels season 1, but then it shifts over to about a year. So this probably takes place during season 2 of Rebels, is what my guess is. But Cassian is basically just off doing his own thing before the events of Rogue One. He's basically getting himself in some trouble and trying to stay a low profile like he did in season 1. But I still don't know what happened after Cassian turned himself in to Luthen. But apparently the 2 are joining forces, apparently. We don't know when we're going to see the 2 team up again. But we do see Luthen throughout this episode when Mon Mothma shows up. And apparently her daughter is getting married. And it's not working out for her. And Mon Mothma is very unclear about it. She's bumping into various political figures. And then she does bump into Luthen, who is wondering where Cassian could be. But while that's all going on, we see what the villains are up to. We see the return of Ben Mendelsohn as Orson Krennic. So it was so cool to see that character return. It's nice Ben Mendelsohn is still able to play that role really well. He was really good in Rogue One with that character. It's nice that they're going to explore what he did to try to do whatever it takes to build the Death Star, even though that's on the poster of this show so far. But what he's doing so far is just basically gathering the various Imperial spies, the Imperial admirals coming together to find fair ground with whatever they're going to do in the future of the Empire. We even see the return. I forget her name. So sorry, I'm not good with names, but I'm looking at the IMDb. But, yeah. We see that, I think we also see the return of this Admiral. I forget, I'm so sorry, I haven't said her name, but, she basically has returned. And we see more of her life outside of the Imperial. She's apparently in a relationship with Shirai, I think his name is. This guy, the serial guy, they basically, I guess because of Cassian Andor, they're basically romantically involved, sort of. And they even have a scene with their mother in the third episode, which is interesting. But we also get the return of Cassian's friends. Yeah, I'm looking... But we see Bix again. Her role in this show is like you feel sorry for her. Like she's trying to hide from the Empire, but throughout these 3 episodes, she's mainly getting hunted by them, and she almost gets, I'm not allowed to say this on YouTube, but she gets assaulted, unfortunately, when they're trying to look for Cassian. But in the 3rd episode, he is able to return to the main, like, farm planet they're on, and he's able to shoot out the various stormtroopers. It's very entertaining. The 3rd episode was probably the most entertaining. The episode 2, I don't know why, I just couldn't really pay attention, but it was basically just continuing the story of what was going on. We see a lot of what the other characters are up to, but Cassian takes them out, and I'm pretty sure the next 3 episodes are going to do another time jump. And we even see like a bunch of scenes of Mon Mothma at the wedding where she ends up partying hard at it. And it's just like, we don't really see that with Mon Mothma in this show. But the main thing that I'm most excited for Andor Season 2 is K2SO. I don't know if they're going to retcon that comic they did where how Cassian met K2. I'm completely fine with that, since I never read that comic, and I probably never will, but that was just like a very, very short comic that just explained one detail in Rogue One. Since the main thing people had issues with Rogue One was just like they felt the characters weren't really that developed. But now we have shows like Andor, they can explore the character of Cassian Andor before he meets Jyn Erso. And is she going to appear in the show? Probably not, because Jyn doesn't meet Cassian until the very start of Rogue One. But what I'm really looking forward to is the drama of the show. Like, I hope the pacing gets a little bit better, since it does have that same slow pacing that just does not work for me throughout this whole show of Andor. But I know it works for some of you people. But Andor is easily the most fascinating of the Star Wars projects, in my opinion. Do I want Star Wars to be like this all the time? No, but like, I can see why people do like it, because it's completely different from like what you see in like the Clone Wars, Rebels, Mandalorian. Well, sort of, since it does have that slow beat to it. But overall, Andor Season 2, I think it's starting off with a solid start. So I'm going to review the other episodes as weekly as I can. So yeah, so anyway, thanks for watching. And may the Force be with you always.